Hey guys, it's Anna back with a brand new video. Today I have a Pokemon Mega tier list. This is a draft video. I'm basically ranking my favorite Megas that I've used. So there's only a few candidates for this just because I haven't played in that many draft leagues compared to some people, not most people, but some people. I haven't played nearly as many draft leagues. And some of the, like, I've played a lot of Galar decks. I played a lot of mainly Galar decks. So I definitely haven't used as much Megas as some people, but I definitely have used a few. So I will quickly go over the ones I have used / are using right now, and that's going to be Garchomp, Mega Lopunny, Mega Altaria is in there. What else? Mega Beedrill, Mega Scizor, Mega Pinsir. Where's Mega Scizor? Mega Scizor. I've used Steelix. I've used Mega T-Tar. Mega Gardevoir. I wanted to use Mega Aggron. Mega Manectric. Mega Sharpedo. I have plans to draft Mega Camera, so I won't do that yet, but I could do that in the future, hopefully. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, Mega Mawile too. And I think Mega Glade is the last one. I could be wrong. Well, you wouldn't know if I'm wrong, but I believe that is it. I'm just quickly double checking. I don't think I've used any other Megas. Yeah, so I think that's it. Most of these are Ubers, like make Salamence and all them. But okay, so let's start off with Mega Garchomp. So Mega Garchomp, I think, is a very solid Mega. I think it's very underrated. Usually you can snipe this thing for a tier 2 or a tier 3, which is plus a few points or plus 0. So it already gives it some pretty good value, and Garchomp is already a good enough mon, so it's only getting better. It's a really good wall breaker if you can allow it to be. And if you put this thing in sand, it's an absolute menace. However, my experience with it, it wasn't bad. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I'd say I put it in B tier. I think it's an okay mon, but it's definitely not a Mega I'm looking after every single time for. It has its advantages, like being a dragon type and having a ground, so that makes it easy to bring it into a Voltigiermon, and this mon can already deal an insane amount of damage. So that's a very positive for it, or something like that. Yeah, I think Mega Garchomp is solid. It definitely has a lot of tools that you can use. It can go special. It could be a good tank, but usually you see this thing as a wall breaker, and it does really good in that job. But I don't really think I had as much fun as some of these mons. Mega Altaria is next, and Mega Altaria, I am gonna put it in. I'm going to put it in C tier. Now, I'm actually using this in STS, and I'm actually in playoffs in STS as I currently record this, and I really wanted to drop this mon at the end of the season because it's not my playstyle, I don't think. You have to set up Dragon Dance. I feel like this thing is a really good wall breaker, I'm pretty sure. I know Cotton Guard's a set. It gets Roost, it gets Toxic, it gets Dragon Dance, it gets Dragon Claw, Moonblast, I'm pretty sure. So it has a good amount of sets. I just don't think I like those sets, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like I've brought this thing to, I believe, 4 games. It's picked up 3 kills and 4 deaths. So yeah. I'd rather have Mega Garchomp, because Mega Garchomp is a much better Dragon type than Mega Altaria. I think Dragon Fairy is a really good typing, but I don't know. I just don't like Mega Altaria as much as this next mon, which is going to be Mega Lopunny, which I'm going to put in S tier. Mega Lopunny, so far, out of all these mons, is my favorite Mega of all time. It's my perfect playstyle, which is Sweeper, where it can literally just click buttons when it goes in if you don't have a Scarfer or if you knock out a Scarfer. It's an insanely good revenge killer. It has a huge move pool. It just got triple axle. It just got U-turn. Just got close combat. If you're playing with cut moves, it has return too. Like, this mon is insanely good. It doesn't even need return, arguably, because of just how much move diversity it has. It also gets Iron Tail, so that gives it a fairy. It can kill fairies now, which is insane. But yeah, Mega Lopunny completely fits my playstyle. I don't think I need to go dive too much into Mega Lopunny, because I know a lot of people have used Mega Lopunny before. So yeah, I will put Mega Lopunny in S tier. Next we have Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill, I think, might also go in C tier or B tier. I'm gonna put it in C tier because we're talking about draft experience, and Mega Beedrill is not a Pokemon I like had a lot of fun with in draft, even though you think I should, because it has like 145 base speed and a huge attack stat. I just did not have any fun with it though, mainly because it has a huge Stealth Rock weakness. So that means if you can constantly switch your tank into this, that can tank every attack. Like a Nidoqueen could come in on this, a Nidoking can come on this. Literally, a lot of mons can come on this. It doesn't have, I believe the best. It gets adaptability, which is a really good ability for it, but I don't know. It doesn't have super effective moves, really. I mean, it could beat dark types, I guess. It could beat fairies, which is good, but most notable fairies, I don't know. I didn't really like using it. Fellstinger is obviously its main set, but U-turn is another notable set, but it gets shut down with rocks. Like, now you have limited switch-ins, and you have to rely upon adaptability and not it being not effective. Does that make sense? I definitely do like Mega Altaria better, because at least I could get kills with it consistently. Even if it wasn't the best mon I liked using, I could still get kills. Mega Beedrill literally, I think, got maybe one kill. Like, I think I brought it a few times because it wasn't a good Mega. However, now we're going to talk about Mega Scizor, which is going to go in A tier. Now, I'm counting a monotype draft league. Even though it wasn't really a draft league, it was still like 17 seasons long. I tried out literally every bug Mega, I think. So I think it's only right I can include them into this list. Mega Scizor, though, is incredible. I mean, this mon is insane. I love offense. I love huge offensive mons. I think the best Megas are the best offensively. There are some exceptions, as you'll see, but most Megas I like can deal huge amount of damage just from the get-go, and Scizor can definitely accomplish that with bullet punches. I believe it still has Technician. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it retains Technician when it Mega Evolves, because that's just the best ability for it. So, and it gets like a 150 attack stat or something. With one SD, you're set, and you get a Spadef boost for fire types. Like, it's insanely good. If this is the last Pokemon left, like on a team, if it's a 1v1, Mega Scizor usually will come out on top, because it's just really insane with Bullet Punch SD. Yeah, I had a lot of fun using it, even though you wouldn't really expect me to use it, because like I said, I like using sweepers. Huge offensive mons are gonna draw me in, and Mega Scizor definitely does that. My next mon, and it has a really good defensive typing, only weak to fire. It's insane. Next we have Mega Pinsir, which is also going to be going in B tier with Garchomp. I think it's worse than Garchomp. Its ability is Aerialate, which turns normal moves into flying moves and gives, I believe, 1.2 boost. So quick attack becomes, I believe, 48 base power, and return becomes in the 110s or 120s. So yeah, I mean, this mon its sets are pretty obvious. It can SD. It does get rocks, which is pretty notable. If you want to run it as like a sack lead or something, or a suicide lead, that's what I meant. But yeah, I mean, it's a good wall breaker with an SD, as long as you can outspeed your opponent, which is a big problem because I feel like in where you're going to use this is the Nat Dex metagame for draft, and I gotta say, there are a huge amount of mons that can outspeed this mon. So it's just so weak to a lot of moves. It's weak to priority. If you can get this thing low enough, it has, I believe it's bug flying, right? So that means it's 50% weak to rocks. Like, this is a huge problem with bug megas, except for Scizor. It's already 50% weak to rocks, so that means you can't switch it in again if there's rocks already up, which is a big problem with it. Yeah, I mean, Mega Pinsir is just, it's okay for what its job is, but I mean, it needs defog support. It needs a good amount of support for you to get it in, which is a problem with Mega Beedrill as well. But yeah, Mega Pinsir I'd say is better. It's a much better wall breaker that can take advantage of Aerialate, and it's really good bug type moves. Next we have Mega Steelix, which I mean, I guess you could count this. Like, I'm trying to include as many megas as I used, and I will definitely include Mega Steelix. Mega Steelix is, I think it's one of the best mega tanks. I'm putting it in B tier over Mega Pinsir. It's one of the best tanks, I think, in the in the Nat Dex Sword and Shield metagame. It is insane. It got body press, which is just like, it's like Mega Aggron, but in my opinion, I think it's better. Even though Filter is a really, really good ability, I think Mega Steelix is a lot better because being able to take advantage of body press, earthquake stab, I believe it gets heavy slam or it gets iron head. Either one is fine. It has stealth rock, so you already got your niche there. I mean, this mon is just a defensive tank. It does what it does. It has decent special defense, and I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think it has higher attack stat than Mega Steelix. Could be wrong, but it's a really good body press mon. I'd say it's better than Mega Aggron by a little bit. Who I'm not including, even though I'd love to, but we're not going to be including it. But Mega Steelix, I think, is a very solid mon. It's one of the only good defensive megas I've used, because it's one of the only defensive megas I've used, because offensive megas are just better in my opinion, except for like maybe Mega Venusaur or something, and Mega Slowbro. Oh wait, Heracross 2. Oh my god, my earbuds are falling out. Mega Heracross. I guess I can do Mega Heracross very quickly because I use this in whatever. So this is also going to be going in B tier. It got spikes, but like I said, this was Gen 7. Like, that's how late I used or early, I guess, I used Mega Scizor, Mega Heracross, Mega Pinsir, and Mega Beedrill. I used them all in a bug type mono league, so I had 4 megas that I could switch out. But Mega Heracross, I think, was one of the better, if not the second best, as you can see. Its skill link is so good with Rock Blast and Stab Pin Missile. It's kind of like Cloyster, but worse. I mean, it has a better attack stat, but it doesn't have that Shell Smash. It has Bulk Up, which is okay for it, but yeah, I think Mega Pinsir, though, is a very solid mega. I don't think it's better than Mega Steelix, because Mega Steelix provides a lot more defensive utility, and Mega Heracross gets outsped by so many. A Psychic will pretty much OHKO it most of the time. Fire-type moves are a huge weakness. Most Fire-type moves that you see are special, like Flamethrower from Volcarona and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, Mega Heracross has a pretty good amount of weaknesses that you can't take advantage of. Next, we have Mega T-Tar. This is going to be going in A tier as well, and I will explain, because this is an odd Pokemon. I think stats-wise, it's probably the best Mega. ever. That's just my opinion, of course, but Sandstream as its ability is insane. That's gonna if you don't know what Sandstorm, I know they changed the Sandstorm mechanic, so a lot of people are still thinking it's ground, steel, and rock types all get defensive or special defensive boost. It's only rock types. So Mega T-Tars, let's search up Tyranitar stats. Tyranitar, Smogon, Sun and Moon. It's Mega. 100 HP, 164 attack, 150 defense, 120 Spit F, 95 special attack if you want to use that. 120 Spit F, and 71 speed. Not a single stat went down. This mon just got better. Sandstream is already its ability. It makes itself the best sand setter for at least Megas, and probably the best sand setter in general. Because 120 Spit F is nothing to laugh at, especially with the boost. It's insane. This mon is just insane. It can Dragon Dance, it can go offensive, it can go defensive, Power Up Punch for setup, it gets so much coverage. This one is just insane. I used it. It did pretty good for like 6 weeks. It was a lot of fun to use. It was a lot of fun to use on a pretty mediocre team. So yeah, and without many sand abusers, yeah. I mean, it did its job even without them. So yeah, Mega T-Tar is kind of good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Next we have Mega Gardevoir, another mon that I really did like. I'm putting in A tier. I'm actually gonna put it above Mega T-Tar. Mega Gardevoir, I will search up Mega Gardevoir stats because they are really good in my opinion. 100 speed, like usually I said before, like 100 speed is kind of bad, but for a Mega like Mega Gardevoir, its main job is wall breaking with its huge 165 special attack, where it doesn't really need that 100 speed, and it outspeeds already a good chunk of mons it wants to beat. For example, Mega Venusaur gets outsped by it. Other mons I can't think of. Dragon types like Mega Garchomp get outsped. I can't think off the top of my head. Hydreigon gets outsped if it's not Scarf. Like, this mon definitely has a lot. Haxorus, they're just coming to my head. There's a lot of mons that do get outsped by this mon that you wouldn't think, which is really good. Pixelate is a huge reason it was so good in Sun and Moon, and in X and Y, to be honest, just X and Y in general, because it's 1.3 times power up boost to something like Hyper Voice, which goes through, I believe, screens and subs. I know it goes through subs, but I'm not sure about screens. Mega Gardevoir is just a really fun mon, especially if your league allows hidden power. Then that's where it becomes a real menace, having any coverage move at once with 165 base power. Insane. Next we have Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric is an interesting mon. I'm actually gonna put this in C tier, and you might be very confused because you think I like Mega Manectric because it's a sweeper. It's a fast sweeper with amazing special attack and speed. I mean, what's to go wrong? And that's its coverage. And in my opinion, its lack of power, even though it has a pretty high special attack at 135. The problem with Mega Manectric is coverage and power. I say coverage because its coverage is any hidden power, Flamethrower / Overheat, Thunderbolt / Volt Switch, one of the hidden powers, be it Grass, be it Ice, be it whatever, Water, I don't know, and then like Signal Beam. That's your coverage. It's very, very, very not good to say the least. It's a very, it lacks a lot of power, especially in Draft League, because your breaker needs to have a lot of attack. And I mean like a lot of attack. Like, you need to be able to Scarf or not Scarf. You need to be able to specs or ban something. And that's why most of these megas are really good, because they already have a lot of power, or they have something that gives them an edge, and Mega Manectric just doesn't. For example, Mega Lopunny, who has very similar stats to Mega Manectric, has better bulk, a better ability, and better coverage. Like, Mega Manectric just lacks that. I will say, out of all the C tiers, it is better because it's at least usable for strategies like Volt Turning and stuff. I personally like Volt Turning, so I do like Mega Manectric in that sense, but just raw power-wise, this mon definitely does lack a lot of power. Next, we have Sharpedo, Mega Sharpedo. This is also going to be going in B tier, mainly because I don't know where else to put it. I don't want to put it in C tier, but I also don't want to put it in... I don't know where I want to put it. I think B tier is a good spot for it, though, because what I liked about Mega Sharpedo was Speed Boost, Protect, and then you just get Strong Jaw, and then you can start hitting things very powerful. Especially, I haven't been able to use it for its updated moveset, but oh my god, if I get my hands on that, it's gonna be insane. I already have regular Sharpedo in MLD Season 2. This thing would be a menace if it could Dynamax. It's insane. Strong Jaw is a really good ability for it. Things like Ice Fang and Psychic Fangs and some other Fang move I'm forgetting off the top of my head are going to get boosted, which is going to give it a nice power up for not only dragons, but dealing with fighting types more reliably is definitely going to be a huge plus, considering it is weak to them. I believe it gets either Iron Hit or Poison Jab, which is very good for it. Like, this mon is just insane. It has close combat. The only reason it's B tier and not any higher is mainly because of its stat distribution, I believe. Yeah, so its stat distribution, instead of getting a lot more attack and a lot more speed, it got a lot more bulk and a lot more special attack, which, in my opinion, it didn't really need that bulk. It was already known for hitting hard, so there was really no reason to give it more bulk when it really didn't need the bulk at all. Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have this thing as a lot. Either 115 base speed or 150 or 160 attack, because then you're hitting a lot harder. Even though 120 or 140 is really good, like, that's insane and better than Mega Manectric, plus a Strong Jaw boost, like, I mean, what is there to lose? Not many moves it has can take advantage of Strong Jaw. It does get Crunch, it does get Ice Fang, it does get Psychic Fangs, but I feel like it doesn't really take advantage of those, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, this mon was a lot of fun. It just didn't get as many kills. Actually, I'm gonna put it high B tier. I think this is the best. I know I was undecided, but I think after, like, really studying and doing all that fun stuff, Mega Sharpedo's B. Next is Mega Mawile, which this is definitely unpopular. I'm putting Mega Mawile in B tier. I definitely do respect the fact that it has power. I definitely do know it has power, which is the reason why it is in B tier. Why it's not any higher is mainly because it's not my playstyle. Huge power is insane for it. Like 110 or something base attack is what it has, so just doubling that is going to be insane for it. So Sucker Punch is huge for it. Iron Head gets boosted. A bunch of moves get boosted, so it becomes a great wall breaker. The reason why I don't like it is mainly speed. Like, I love quick mons, as you can tell from my list, even though they're all at the bottom. But I love quick mons, and it's only 50 base speed. Like, I can't use that. I just can't. I have to say, though, out of all the megas, it probably is one of the best stat distributions. It's up there with T-Tar and with Mega Lopunny and possibly Scizor. Getting attack boost, defense boost, and speed F boost, that's literally all it needed. Speed would have been nice, but this mon isn't used for speed, which is why I can't use it, because it's not meant to be fast, and I like a lot more fast mons. Even T-Tar I'd rather have because it's at least quick, but Mega Wild definitely does have a lot of perks. Being able to get some sucker punches off, being able to hit some play roughs, and iron heads, and swords dances, and steel, and not steel beams, stealth rocks. It's definitely a very, very big plus for this mod, but it's not my cup of tea. It's just not fast, but it has a lot of power, and I've used its power. Alright, so the last mon, we're already at the last mon. I mean, I could include Mega Zard X, but I really only used it for one game, so I don't think that counts. But then again, I am putting Mega Glade. But then again, Mega Glade I'm using for a season, so it makes a lot more sense. Mega Glade, even though I've only played for one game, it's going in A tier. I don't know, it's going to go in bottom A tier. This is definitely going to change, though. Because I've said multiple times that this is by far the best wall breaker in Pokemon, like, period, for Megas. This is the best wall breaker. It has insane coverage with really good moves, a pretty good ability. What's its ability? It's like Glade. It's inner focus, so it can't get flinched. So it already beats Rashi, it already beats Togekiss, two mons that would always flinch. It's immune to Intimidate now, which is great. Gets triple axle, it even gets support. It has a huge def and very decent defense, so that means it's like Mega Lopunny in the fact that it can take hits, actually. It has huge attack stat, obviously 165. That's higher than Mega Lopunny. It sacrifices that in speed, but 110 is still pretty good. You're still outpacing a lot of things, like Rachi, like Mew, like all the Pixies, like the Swords of Justice without scarfs and stuff. You're already outpacing a lot of things. So I think Mega Glade is a really good wall breaker in that sense. It can do a lot of things I like really well. It gets knockoff, gets Zen Headbutt, CC, Swords Dance. What else? What other options? Drain Punch, Psycho Cut, Aerial Ace could be fun, Body Slam, Bulldoze. Does mine get like Earthquake? I don't think it does. No, it does. It does get Earthquake. It gets Dual Chop, so it gets Dragon coverage now. I already said Triple Axle, Fire Punch. You guys get the point. It has so much coverage. This mod is going to be insane. The only reason it's not in S tier yet is because I have only used it for one game, and that game it only got a kill. So I can't really put it in S tier when I've only used it for a game, when for Mega Scizor I've used at least probably 10, 11 games out of a 17 season. Mega Gardevoir I've used 4 games. Mega T-Tar I used 6 games. So... And Mega Lopunny I used, I think, 8 or 9 games. So yeah, it definitely has no right being in S tier if it only played one game. But yeah, I mean, this is my list. These are only Megas I've used. If not, I mean, you would see then things like Mega Venusaur probably in S tier, Mega Zard. Both Mega Zards being in A tier, Mega Blastoise in A tier. Pidgeot would probably be D tier for me. Like, you'd see all that stuff, but damn, this video is longer than I thought. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the Megas I've used. I was thinking of doing this for not every tier, but like tier 1 and tier 2, or something like that, or my top like 20 or something of each. That's what I was thinking though. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, boys.